Hey, what's up guys, it's Self-Dev, welcome back to another video. In this video I wanted to do a short and sweet video on some possible factors that may lead to you mistyping your Enneagram type. So while I don't claim to be an Enneagram expert or anything, I do think I know enough to see potential reasons why someone might mistype their Enneagram type based on how typing in Enneagram works. So the first point I want to talk about is misjudging the strength in your wing type. So everyone who has an Enneagram type will have a type and a wing which is which takes in some of the traits of the type next to that type. So if you're an Enneagram 5, you will either have a 6 wing or a 4 wing, as they are both next to the 5. So when you're typing yourself in the Enneagram, you might see your wing as your type when that actually isn't your type. So in this example, if you're a 5 wing 4, you might originally think you're a 4 when actually it's just your 4 wing that's strong, and what is stronger is your 5, so you are actually a 5. The next potential mistype is tri-type strength. So you are assigned a tri-type. You will have a number in the heart triad, so 2, 3, and 4. You have one of those. You will have a number from the head tri-type, which is 5, 6, and 7. And you have a number in the gut tri-type, which is 8, 9, and 1. Now, one number in your tri-type will be stronger than the other two. So this number will either come from the head, the heart, or the gut, and that will be your main type. But you may also have your number from the other two triads as quite strong. So you might notice you could even have strong types from all 3 of the triads, and that can make it really hard to actually pinpoint which number you actually are on the Enneagram. So basically, you should really try and research what each of the numbers are and the traits and how they work, strengths and weaknesses, growths, all of that, to really pinpoint what your type really is. And also research yourself. Try and think what you were like in the past, how you interact, what sort of things do you do at your worst as well as your best, and hopefully that will help you find out what your number is. So the next one is stress and growth paths. So if you're an Enneagram 9, then you will, when you are in healthier states of mind, you can get healthy traits from Enneagram 3. So the growth path is towards Enneagram 3, and you will inhibit, at least temporarily, the strengths and the best of Enneagram 3. And when you're in stress, you tend to go towards Enneagram 6 if you're a 9. And you will tend to, at least temporarily, inhibit the worst of Enneagram 6. So if you're particularly stressed in life right now, you might identify with Enneagram 6 because you are noticing the more unhealthy traits of 6, and that might cause you to mistype. So again, try to think about what you were like in the past when you were in a more healthier state, and maybe you realize that you are actually a 9 if you are a 9 and you are currently identifying with the unhealthy traits of 6 and using that to type yourself. Also, same thing, if you're feeling pretty healthy, then you might identify more as the 3, when actually you're only seeing the strengths of 3 because you are in that growth aspect right now. So again, look at your past, try to see things and yourself from as many angles as possible. Look at healthy and unhealthy traits of all the numbers, and yeah, hopefully that can avoid you mistyping yourself. Also, lastly, instinctual variance. So while I am less knowledgeable of the instinctual variance as other aspects of the Enneagram, I've noticed that you can say that one instinctual variant of one number can look very similar to another variant of another number. So while I don't know common specific mistypes in this example, what an instinctual variant is either a sexual, social, or self-preserving subtype of a number, which just gives you more specific information of how a number works. So if you're one of the 3 subtypes of one number, that could look very different to 1 or 2 of the other subtypes of that number, and that number could, that tri-type subtype of that number could look very similar to another subtype of another number. So if you really want to crack down on accurately defining your Enneagram, then look into the instinctual variants to make sure you're not actually mistyping yourself as one number when you're actually another number. And lastly, you might be seeing a trait of yourself as something which is defining your Enneagram number when it's actually nothing to do with the Enneagram. So, for example, if we compare the Enneagram with MBTI and cognitive functions, we might confuse, for example, Enneagram 4 with introverted feeling, as they are very similar in traits. So it's important for you to really know what FI is all about and what Enneagram 4 is all about, to make sure you know what the differences are and to make sure you don't mistype, which is the point of this video. Of course, there are other ways you can mistype, but this video only covers Enneagram specifically from what I have found about how it works, and all the nuances in the Enneagram. There are more tips and traps on mistyping about personality typing in general, but I will leave them for another video. In fact, it's a pretty big topic, so I'll probably just make a whole video series on it about mistyping in general, epistemology, trying to find out what is true, and self-bias and all of that. Is a very big topic, so obviously I'll leave that for another day. If you enjoyed it, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, comment. What did you like or not like? Any suggestions, any additional points that I didn't include in the video would be great. Click the bell, share with your Enneagram friends who you think maybe might be mistyping. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have an awesome day and an amazing life.